Okay, once again, make sure you take Cassie's advice. Don't let it intimidate you. They have a table. They have tables and lots of problems. Who cares? They say F and G are differentiable. That clue is rarely important. Here's a sound. Oh, I know what it is. Can you hear it?
Yes.
So you're quiet valve. What's that?
Quiet valve.
No, it's not the quiet valve. It is recording. So what happens is that's cool. So the microphone's right there, and it's called an environmental mic. So it's designed to pick up sound in a big area. Like they put those kinds of microphones in like football stadiums when they want to measure the crowd noise. That's the kind of thing they use. Like we actually sold equipment to some different football. Like I think they sold one to the Kansas City Chiefs stadium. To be honest, I'm just fascinated by that. Okay, it's going through my computer. You can hear it coming out the speakers, like my voice. That's what you're hearing. So it's not like an echo. Because it's going in here. So you get some feedback. That's the tone you hear. So I need to turn off the speakers and we'll be good. Now it's stopped.
That was the
Hear it? All right. Do that all day instead of calculus. That's more exciting. Okay. F and G being differentiable. Listen. F and G being differentiable. That's a clue that I don't often use. So I kind of ignore it until I may need it. They give a formula again. I don't care what the formula is. It's just a formula. I move on. They give a formula for W. So what? It says find W prime of 3. So right away I know the first thing I need to do. Hands up if you know. Feel free to talk to each other. What's the first thing I need to do? Hands. Ella.
Do you take the derivative of the integral?
Yeah, I've got a formula for W. I don't care what the formula is, I just find the derivative of W. So I need W prime, because I keep trying to convince all of you, finding the derivative of an integral is the easiest derivative you ever find. You just take this, right there, write it down. In place of the input variable, plug in the upper limit. Multiply by d over, got to check here. Because I'm taking the derivative in terms of x, this has to be dx of the upper limit. Minus, pause, question. Once you do the first half, the second half is a copy. Just copy what you wrote, and in place of every upper limit, put the lower limit. If you can do it in your head and want to save writing, that's fine. It's going to become d of the lower limit. 0. So you don't have to write it if you don't want to. I'm writing just to hopefully prevent errors on your part, but you don't have to write that. Questions? But back to Zach's comment, that's why you want to make sure you follow the rule, though, because I've seen some people stop writing this because like, oh, this always comes out to be 1, but not in this case. So just always follow the rule. Cool. So I know W prime of x is equal to f of g of x, and then derivative of g of x would be g prime of x. We want to talk about any of that. So now what? Show me some hands. Come. Now what? Show me some hands. What would come next? half the room is brave, the other half is looking at me like, no way. Mario? Tell me what to write.
W prime of 3 equals, and then you could go up to the chart, have it give me, so it'd be F of, and then G, it says G of X.
Yeah, so I'm going to do one extra step. You're doing it in your head, which is fine.
Okay.
I just put in 3
Yeah.
points for Mario. How many knew that? 2 points, 3 for Mario.
Wait, does the F of 1 and then D of 1 over here, does that just go to 0?
This doesn't necessarily. This does for sure. Because what's the derivative of an equal? I know where it is. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one, Cassie, I'm not sure about.
Okay.
This I'm positive.
But if you needed to, if you tell me.
It's right there.
Up there too. So
F of 1 is 6.
Okay.
Uh-huh. 2 points. Somebody else? Now what?
Hug and chug.
Keep going, man. So let's see. W, getting low on the board here. W prime of 3. What's G of 3? Help.
It's 4.
What is it?
4.
So what's F of 4?
Negative 1.
What's G prime of 3?
2.
Final answer is negative 2. You don't let the problem intimidate you. Just follow the rules.
So did they put that little equation h of x to trick us?
Oh, good question, Kate. Hold on. Yeah, no, listen. Look at me. No, really good question. Here's why. You want to make sure you understand calculus. You also have to get good at understanding the test, like the right habits. This is an FRQ. So this portion will be given at the very start of the FRQ. The FRQ comes in a booklet. So you have something like this. The part I just showed you is the very first thing you read. And it's always just information. So it's never a question. This portion here. Then parts A, B, C, and D will start using this information. It's really rare, like hardly ever, that you don't use everything. So this is likely used in parts A, B, or D. And then this was part C. That's a good question. Anybody else? Because it's really actually very uncommon for them to give you something to trick you that you don't use. They try to give things that seem unfamiliar to trick you, but not that you don't use it. That's really rare. It has happened, but not common. Anybody else? Sweet. Next one. Stop the video.